All right, let's talk about transforming your legal writing. Are you ready to go from confusing to compelling? Good, because we're about to dive into the secrets that will take your writing from feeling like a first-year amateur to a seasoned pro. Does this sound familiar? I mean, that feeling is something almost every single law student goes through. You pour hours and hours into a brief or a memo, and it still just feels off, like you're missing something. Well, guess what? We're going to fix that for good. So here it is, the most important secret we're going to cover, the thing that trips everyone up. The best legal writing isn't some tangled mess of complicated words designed to sound smart. Nope. In fact, it's the exact opposite. And this slide just breaks it down perfectly. The myth is that we need to use heavy, complex, legalish language. But the reality, the thing that judges and senior partners actually want to see, it's clarity, a solid structure, and precision. That's it. So here's our game plan. We're going to start by totally busting that legalese myth. Then we'll build your skills from the ground up, focusing on the foundation of clarity and structure, then adding style and power, and finally locking in your credibility before we set your new standard. First up, let's tackle the biggest trap in legal writing. I'm talking about the myth of legalese. This is the stuff that actively works against you. It doesn't make you sound smart, it just hides your logic and really frustrates the person reading it. You know these words: heretofore, aforesaid, therein. Look, they don't impress anyone. They just make your writing a dense, unreadable mess. Your goals should always be simplicity and directness. Why would you ever say the party of the first part when you can just say the buyer? See the difference? Okay, so now that we've thrown the whole legalese idea in the trash where it belongs, let's build your writing on a solid foundation. And that foundation has two pillars: clarity and structure. And for clarity, here's a secret weapon I absolutely love. It's called the grandma test. It's so simple. If you can't explain a legal concept clearly to someone who isn't a lawyer, like your grandma, then you probably don't understand it well enough yourself. True mastery is clarity, never complexity. Now let's talk structure. I want you to meet your new best friend, the IRAC method: issue, rule, application, conclusion. This is the absolute gold standard. It gives your reader a perfect roadmap so they always know where you're going. You start with a question, you state the law, you apply it, and you give the answer. Simple. And here's a pro tip that will make a massive difference. Just use headings. Seriously, label each section: issue, rule, application, conclusion. It's a tiny detail that makes your writing so much easier for a busy person to read and follow. Okay, with a solid foundation in place, now we can talk about style. This is where we elevate your writing from just being correct to being genuinely persuasive. It's about making every single word pull its weight. Just look at these examples. Every single time you cut out those fluffy, unnecessary words, your writing gets stronger, due to the fact that becomes because. Bam! In spite of the fact that becomes although. You need to get ruthless with this stuff. I want you to remember this mantra. Say it with me. Maximum meaning in minimum words. Short, direct sentences have power. They make your arguments punchy, clear, and so much more memorable. And here's another game changer. You have to kill the passive voice. It's weak, it's indirect. Instead of saying, the contract was signed by the defendant, you say, the defendant signed the contract. It's stronger, it's more direct. Active voice is the voice of persuasion. All right, next up, credibility. This is huge, because it's not just about being right. It's about earning your reader's trust with rock-solid support and a flawless presentation. Look, your arguments are only as strong as the authority backing them up. But here's the key. Don't just list cases and statutes. That's not enough. The real skill is explaining exactly how and why that authority applies to your specific facts. That's what separates the pros from the amateurs. So let's say you've done all that. You've crafted this brilliant, clear, powerful argument, and you've supported it with solid authority. What is the one thing that can undermine all of that hard work in a split second? Errors. That's it. Typos, grammar mistakes, even a small formatting issue. They scream carelessness, and they can make a reader start to question the credibility of your entire argument. This is why you have to run your writing through what I call the proofreading gauntlet. And one of the best techniques ever is the 24-hour edit. Just finish your draft and then walk away for a whole day. When you come back with fresh eyes, you will be amazed at what you catch. Reading it out loud is another fantastic trick. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground.
So let's pull all of this together and really establish what your new standard for great legal writing is going to be from now on.
This right here is your transformation checklist. 1. Aim for clarity, not complexity. 2. Always follow the IRAC structure. 3. Be concise and use the active voice. 4. Back up every single point with authority. And 5. Edit ruthlessly. Your credibility absolutely depends on it. Honestly, putting just one of these secrets into practice will dramatically improve your writing overnight. So the real question for you is this: which one of these secrets are you going to use to start your transformation from amateur to pro?